There are $100 bills out there that people are spending, not realizing that what they have is actually worth a lot more money than $100. In some cases, thousands of dollars. Now, don't get me wrong, $100 alone is still a lot of money, but wouldn't it be nice if it was worth a whole lot more? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for on your $100 bill before you spend it to make sure you're getting the full value for your bill. Let's break this note down that sold for $3,525. So the first thing to look at is the grade or the condition. You can see this one graded at a very fine 35. A good general rule of thumb is the better the condition your bill is in, the more money it will be worth. If this bill was in a higher grade, it would have sold for a lot more money. Remember, the highest achievable grade in grading is 70, so this one's quite a far bit away from that 70 grade. This one received the 35 grade because there is staining and there are a lot of folds on this bill. Typically speaking, the more folds on your bill, the lower the grade is going to be. That's why if you ever find one of the bills in this video, do not fold it. Keep it somewhere flat and safe until you can get it in a currency holder or get it graded by one of these companies. The two best grading companies are either PMG or PCGS, by the way. So another reason why it sold for so much money is because it is a 1934 bill. The first year they ever started issuing these small size Federal Reserve notes was 1928. Another important thing to realize is how these bills are produced, which segues into this being a mule note. I'm going to keep this very basic. Essentially, when they're printing these bills, either at the Fort Worth district or the Washington, D.C. district, they start with the back of the bill. That is the first print. Next, they flip the bill over and they print the front, which is the second print, and the third and final print is the overprint with the serial numbers. So you see the seal on the left and right hand side of the bill, along with the serial numbers are the third print. Now that's important because this is a mule note. Mule notes essentially mean that the back of the bill was supposed to go on a different front. So essentially, they took sheets of bills that were already printed on the back and they used those bills to print this front. Now, collectors know if they have a mule note by looking at the back plate number. The back plate number can be incredibly important to determining the value of your bill. That area is located right here. It's really small print, so keep your eye out for it. Now, depending which number that is for your bill will dictate if you have a mule note or not. The combination of this being a mule note plus a star note and it being from 1934 allowed it to sell for $3,525. This $100 bill sold for $5,640, and here's why. So first of all, this bill was printed at the Fort Worth district. Now you can see if you have a Fort Worth banknote, if you look at the front plate number and there's a small FW before the front plate number. If your bill does not have FW anywhere on it, that means it was printed at the Washington, D.C. facility. That can be important depending on a few factors. If you flip the bill over on the back, you can see in this location right here is the back plate number. Now on this specific bill, they used the correct back and the correct front, so this is not a mule note. But if it was, it would probably sell for even more money. One of the main reasons why this note sold for so much money is because one, it is a very high grade at a 66 EPQ. That means there's not a single fold on this bill. Also, this is a solid number 8 serial number. It's important to know that in different cultures, 8 is considered a very lucky number and people will pay a premium if your bill has 8s on it like this. Now you don't need solid number 8s. You could have multiple 8s and it'd still be worth good money. But a good rule of thumb is the more 8s on your bill, the more money it's going to be worth. All these things combined allowed it to sell for $5,640. Wait, 90% of you that watch the videos are still not subscribed. So you better subscribe right now so we can keep the lights on. Wait, no, I was kidding. Not gonna spend a ton of time, but this bill sold for $7,475, and here's why. So long story short, this is considered to be a specimen note. They use specimen notes to give to other countries' banks, so if they ever receive US federal currency, the banks have a baseline understanding of what a bill should feel and look like. These were never meant to go out into circulation or collections, but things like this happen. Now you can tell if you have a genuine specimen note if you have these red stamps on there. If you ever see this on a bill, make sure you hold on to it because it's going to be valuable. Again, this $100 bill sold for $7,475. Remember, 1928 was the first year they ever issued these bills. This one was printed in 1928. It graded pretty low at a very fine 30. This bill sold for $10,800, and this is the main reason why. So it's important to know that this bill is considered to be a numeral type bill. So most $100 bills you see on the left-hand side will not have a large number 1. They will typically have a letter there. there, not a number. Because this one has a large 1 there, that is considered to be a numeral type bill, and numeral type bills usually bring more money. That in combination with this being a low serial number 302, combine that with a star, you have multiple things going for this bill which allowed it to sell for this much money. So to briefly recap this bill, it's 1928, which is good. It's a numeral type bill, it's a low serial number, it's a star note, and guys, it sold for $10,800, but if it was in a better grade, you can already see how dirty and stained up this bill is. If it was in better grade, it would have brought so much more money. That's why it's really incredibly important to keep your bills safe. Really quick here, this is considered to be a gold certificate. So back in the day, you could bring this bill to the bank and they would give you gold back. Really cool, right? Well, this bill sold for $12,650, but I'll go into these bills in a different video. All you need to know is that these bills are real, and back in the day, you could trade them for gold, which is so cool. This banknote sold for $28,200, and here's why. So remember that other bill I showed you that was a numeral type? Well, this one's a numeral type as well. This 1928 $100 bill graded by PMG at a 65 EPQ. So this one doesn't even have a low serial number, but it graded incredibly high, which considering this bill is almost 100 years old, it's so challenging to get this high of a grade. Condition is king when it comes to your $100 bill, so keep your bills safe because again, this high graded $100 bill sold for $28,200. YouTube knows exactly which video you should be watching right now because it has a very complex algorithm that knows what you like. At least that's what they say. If they're right, that video on the screen right now should be perfect for your viewing needs. Click on that video and I'll see you inside.